Welcome to the Hometown Bluegrass Show with Kentucky boys Tim Batts and Josh Williams. Tim is a music promoter, radio host, and passionate bluegrasser, and Josh is a 20-time Bluegrass Guitar Player of the Year. This podcast is all about bluegrass music, where they swap stories, crack jokes, and pick on each other. Josh even plays a song or two in each episode. Plus, they sit down with bluegrass artists and insiders for interviews you won't hear anywhere else. It's music, it's laughs, it's all things bluegrass, right here on the Hometown Bluegrass Show. Now, here are your hosts, Tim Batts and Josh Williams.
Well, hey, everybody. Welcome to the Hometown Bluegrass Show, episode 109. We are coming at you from hot Western Kentucky.
Very hot.
Very hot. I hope it's cooler where you live, but it's hot here in Western Kentucky. But luckily, we are inside the air conditioning, so that's good.
Yeah, I'm not in my car right now, so that means I'm in air conditioning.
Yeah, Josh is not a happy camper right now. His air went out on his SUV, and what a bad time for that.
Horrible timing.
And you got to drive and play the Grand Ole Opry tomorrow night.
Yeah, hopefully, I'm supposed to be dropping my car off in the morning. Maybe maybe I'll get some answers at least.
Yeah, it's been a rough week trying to get that thing fixed. So,
man,
it
has been beyond rough. It has been awful.
Yeah, you've had a rough time with that. So,
yeah, it's going on 2 weeks now. So, the guy that I bought my car from, Brad Trimble up at TNT Repairables in Seymour, Indiana. Spencer, Indiana. Those guys are great, and they've done so much for me. And I brought it up there to them last week. They put a brand new compressor on it because the compressor that I had did go out. And then I got about an hour away from home, driving home, and it started blowing warm again.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, man.
If it ain't one thing, it's two.
That's right. It's several. When it rains, it pours. Or in the words of Lou Reed, when it rains, it always rains on me.
Oh, man. Well, other than that, you doing all right?
I'm doing fair. I'm doing pretty fair, I gotta say.
On a scale of 1 to 10, you're like a 6 or what?
Yeah, I'd say I'm a 6.
You're a solid 6, yeah?
Solid 6, yeah. Maybe even, kind of teetering on towards a 7.
I
wouldn't go any higher than that. Yeah.
Oh, man, that's funny. Well, we appreciate y'all joining us. We are having a ball and got a great episode lined up for you. We're going to talk to fiddle extraordinaire Andy Leftwich, and he's going to be our guest on this episode, and see how he is. You and him kind of grew up about the same era, didn't you?
We did. We grew up playing the contests a lot together.
Yeah.
And that was fun times.
When you did those contests, did you always play guitar or did you play multi-instruments?
I entered everything that I could.
Yeah.
So I played banjo, mandolin, guitar, and dobro back then.
Oh, wow. Okay. I didn't realize that. Yeah. So did that increase your chances of winning or what?
Well, yeah. It increased your chances of not having any downtime while you're at the contest.
Oh.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
But also, I took 5 lessons from Jack Martin up in Paducah, Kentucky, on the dobro, and I went to Smithville, Tennessee, and won the national championship on the dobro, the 12 and under national junior championships. And so that was kind of a cool feat. What I don't always share is that there was only one other guy in the contest. And funny thing is that was Cody Kilby, and he usually beat me in everything. And that was the one time that he got second and I got first.
That's hilarious. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
So what is the state?
Time, second's not so bad.
What's the state of competitions these days? Like, I don't hear much about them anymore. I mean, are they still as popular as they used to be, or have they
I don't know, and I don't care.
Gotcha. I hear you. I understand.
There are still some contests out there that I know of, but when I stopped playing them and I started playing music, in band scenarios and stuff, I made a promise to myself that I would never enter another contest, and I have made good on that promise to myself.
Oh, man, that's funny. Well, I guess it would be hard to judge. I mean, you'd have to be a pretty keen musical ear to judge, I would think, a lot of competitions to,
Yeah. I wouldn't think it would be a very fun job to have, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, because you have to sit there and listen to every single one of them,
Yeah.
and
I've judged a couple or several talent shows here just in the local county fair, and that's like hard enough. I couldn't imagine where big money's on the line and all that, So
they're not very fun, but there is a cool element to being between the ages of 10 and 15 years old and coming home from a weekend with a few $100s here and going to another weekend for a few $100s there, depending on what place you got. And Cody Kilby made a lot more money at it than I did.
Oh, well. Well,
but I don't miss it.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all. You had better things to do, like Special C,
That is right. That is right.
I will have to, let me tell you this. I was mowing the yard the other day. A lot of time I listen to podcasts when I mow, but I decided I was just going to let Apple Music pick me an album. And you know what it picked? It picked Route 10.
Really?
Yeah. And that's the first time that I think I've ever listened to that album in its entirety, just like from start to finish. And man, that is a great album. I mean, of course, Carolina Pines I've listened to 5 million times, but it had the saddest song I ever heard in my life on that album. I mean, I thought, yes, I'm like, this song has escaped me all these years. I thought Echo Mountain was the saddest bluegrass song I'd ever heard.
Yeah, just a dog died in that one. This one's a man's family,
and he killed him.
And he was the one. Yeah, his family was killed by a drunk driver, and he was the drunk driver.
When it got to that verse and said that, I literally stopped the lawnmower, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!" I don't know what was worse, the sadness of the song or the fact that I just had never heard it. I don't know, but
I think the sadness of the song's probably worse.
Yeah, absolutely. Most
definitely. Don't beat yourself up too bad about that.
That's true. But, yeah, it's not about me.
Jamie Clifton wrote that, our guitar player in the band at the time.
Really?
Yeah.
Was this based on a true story or something he'd heard, or just he just make it up, or do you know?
No, he had the idea of it. I don't think it was anything based on anything from his life or family, but he was trying to come up with the names that would work in the song. And his youngest daughter, Cassie, at the time, who was probably, 8 or 9 years old, she was the one that said, "What about Amy and Trevor, Daddy?" And he's like, "Well, let me try it." And those two names worked perfectly for that song. So his daughter was actually the one that named it.
Well, I'll be darned. That's really cool.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, if you've never listened to Amy and Trevor on the Special Consensus Route 10 album, grab you a box of Kleenex and fire it up.
Man, I tell you, there were some shows that we played while I was still touring with Special C that I had people come up to our record table or whatever, and for whatever, I guess because I was the one singing it, they would come straight to me.
Yeah.
And they would say, "We loved y'all's show, but that song," I had one older gentleman, he came up and he said that one song that y'all played, and before he could even say anything else, he started getting tears in his eyes. And he said, "I don't like that song." And I said, "Man, I'm so sorry." He said, No. He said, "The song's brilliant. It's just, it hits too close to home for me."
Yeah. I'm sure it does a lot of people.
Yeah. So what, I don't know. I didn't ask what happened. You know?
Right.
It's just what he said. And I just gave him a hug and he turned around and walked away. And that was the end of the conversation. But
wow. That's crazy.
What do you say?
I know.
You know?
Well, there's a lot of sad songs in bluegrass music, but I think that one would have to rank right up there at the top.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah. Man. Echo Mountain had always been my favorite sad song, but anyway.
Yeah, that's just a dog dying.
I know. That's crazy. Well, anyway, on a happier note, you're playing the Grand Ole Opry this week again.
I am.
What are you playing this time? Are you going by Jack Martin's and take some dobro lessons and head on up there, or what?
Thankfully, no. No. Rhonda had messaged me a few nights ago and was asking if I was available to do it, and I said sure. And anyway, today, this morning, in fact, around about 8:30 or so, she had sent a text with the songs in it. So I just immediately reading the songs, I said, "Am I playing guitar?" And then she sent back banjo! Exclamation point! Exclamation point! Exclamation point! And I said, "Well, I'm glad I asked." But the reason I asked was because the very first song on the list was Rocky Top.
Oh, no.
So when she said that, I said, "I assume I'm playing guitar, right?" And she's like, "No." I was like, "All right."
Oh man, you better start doing some finger exercises now.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing. I've already had it out, been playing on it most of the day, and so far I've been able to warm my hands up enough to where I can play it like. Wish that I was on the Rocky Top.
Keep trying, buddy. You'll get it. Oh, just play whole notes or something.
I'll just take a flat pick.
Take a banjo guitar.
Go up there with the 6-string banjo and play a good Nashville ganjo for them.
Be like Keith Urban, man. Just tear it loose on it.
That's right.
That's funny. Well, you know as well as I do. Like we learned when we were there recording it, she's liable to just call an audible and skip that song anyway. So
yeah. I'm not sure who all's playing with us. There was only one number in the bunch that I didn't recognize. So,
well, usually only do like 3 songs, don't you?
Yeah, it's 3 or 4. We're actually closing the show. This time, so
so you be getting home late.
Yeah, so I mean it'll be pretty simple, you know. I mean we're doing nothing difficult by any means. It's just that Rocky Top can get pretty fast, and but the thing is it's only as fast as I can.
I was going to say, I was just about to say that you have control over how fast it starts.
I do. I set the tempo on that. So,
oh well, you better click it off in your head just a little slower, maybe.
You know, what's funny is I was getting the banjo out to start picking on it some, and Gus was like, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm getting the banjo out," and he's like, "Why? Don't you play guitar?" I said, "I play whatever Rhonda needs."
Right, exactly.
And he kind of laughed and he said, "Okay," but it's funny because, I mean, and Rhonda knows whatever she needs. If I'm available to be there, I'll do it.
Yeah.
And it's just that sometimes when she's knowing that, the whole part of letting me know which one I'm doing kind of falls to the wayside because she just knows whatever she needs, she's got me, and I'm happy to do it. And,
right, exactly.
So
that's funny. Well, speaking of playing something, let's take a break and why don't you play us something and get them fingers warmed up, and why don't you just play Rocky Top on the guitar?
I ought to just go get the banjo and just play an instrumental version
be a
of Rocky
practice.
Top.
It's just however fast you play those first 3 notes, down, down, down.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe you'll go about that speed.
There's a good chance they won't be fast, but they'll be half fast.
Right, exactly. That's how I play, half fast. Oh, man, have mercy. All right, well, let's take a break and you play something when we come back. How about that?
That sounds good.
All right.
Hey, this is Josh Williams for Page Capos. The Page Capo is lightweight, durable, and quickly attaches and allows you to change frets with ease. With controlled tension capabilities, Page Capo always stays in tune. But don't just take my word for it. Page Capos is also used by folks like Vince Gill, Ron Block, Tim O'Brien, Cody Kilby, Tommy Emmanuel, and James Taylor. So don't trust just any capo. Use what the pros use. Listen to the Hometown Bluegrass Show podcast for your chance to win a Page Capo on every episode. Do what I do and trust Page Capos. Order online at pagecapo.com.
Looking for expert insurance advice from a team that truly knows Western Kentucky? At Paducah Insurance Agency, we're more than just policies. We're your neighbors, helping you protect what matters most. With locations in Paducah and Benton, Kentucky, we offer home, auto, business, and life insurance with top carriers like Erie Insurance, all at competitive rates. Locally owned and committed to your peace of mind, Jared Morgan and his team are here to help. Call Paducah Insurance Agency today at 855-853-4763 or visit paducahinsurance.com. Paducah Insurance, coverage you can count on from people you trust.
All right, welcome back to the Hometown Bluegrass Show. It is show and tell, and I have brought my guitar playing friend to class, and he's going to play something.
Oh my goodness, funny. Well, I thought I would do a slow country song today, if that's all right.
My favorite.
Yeah, this particular song was written by James Taylor. And he wrote this song for George Jones. And the first time that George Jones heard the demo of this song, he hated it because he thought that guy singing it was making fun of him. He had no idea what an homage was. Somebody said he's paying homage or however you want to pronounce it, and George apparently was like, well, what's that? He said, that means he respects you and loves you so much that he wrote this song especially for you and was trying to sing it with your inflections. So after learning that, George, I think, kind of liked it. And it ended up being a pretty well-known song for him. So I get requests for this one all over. I don't always do this one very much because, it's not exactly one of those songs that you just fit into the show. But I've always enjoyed it, and it goes like this. Now I'm just a bartender, and I don't like my work, but I don't mind the money at all. I see lots of sad faces and lots of bad cases of folks with their back to the wall. But I need 4 walls around me to hold my life, to keep me from going astray, and a honky-tonk angel to hold me tight, to keep me from slipping away. I can light up your smokes, I can laugh at your jokes, I can watch you fall down on your knees. close down this bar, I can gas up my car, I can pack up and mail in my keys. But I need four walls around me to hold my life, to keep me from going astray. And a honky-tonk angel to hold me tight, to keep me from slipping away. The smoke fills the air in this honky-tonk bar, and I'm thinking about where I'd rather be. But I've burned all my bridges and sank all my ships. Now I'm stranded at the edge of the sea. I still need four walls around me to hold my life, to keep me from going astray. And a honky-tonk angel to hold me tight, to keep me from slipping away. I still need four walls around me to hold my life, to keep me from going astray. And a honky-tonk angel to hold me tight, to keep me from slipping away.
Oh, that's one of my favorites right there.
That's a good one.
If you hadn't played it at such a high key, I was going to sing that high tenor harmony part.
That was actually lower than I usually sing it.
What was that, an A?
That was A flat.
A flat, okay.
Yeah, I usually do it in A.
Yeah. Oh, man, that's a great one. And I didn't know JT wrote that song. That's pretty cool.
He sure did. And he wrote that especially with George Jones in mind to sing it.
Man. And that's probably my favorite George Jones song, probably.
It's one of the best ones he did, man.
Yep.
Of course, you go trying to pick through George Jones's songs and say, this one's the best. No, this one's the best. Good luck with that.
Yeah.
But it's definitely up there.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, let's take another quick break and let's get Andy Leftwich on the phone, talk to him, see what's going on. How about it?
Yeah, man. Absolutely.
All right, here we go.
The Lake House Inn at Sled Creek has undergone complete renovation in 2023. Our outdoor space is unlike any other at Kentucky Lake. With 2 in-ground pools, 18 rooms, and 4 cabins, we're just a stone's throw away from Kentucky Dam. If you're looking to make memories with your family, this nostalgic inn is for you. Welcome to your lake house, where modern meets rustic and becomes home. Reserve online at lakehouseinn.com.
Howdy, friends. I'm Banjo Ben Clark, and you're listening to my good buddies, Tim Batts and Josh Williams, on the Hometown Bluegrass Show. You've tuned in because you like valuable conversation about the world's best music. And if you want more good stuff like that, come on over to my website, banjobenclark.com, where you can learn how to play and purchase anything you might need when it comes to bluegrass-related instruments and accessories. My Gold Pick members over there can access hundreds of lessons for banjo, guitar, and mandolin, with all kinds of resources to help you move on down the road with your picking skills. And if you're looking to purchase something, the deals can't be beat at Banjo Ben's General Store. All there on the same website, banjobenclark.com. Now back to the show.
Welcome back to the Hometown Bluegrass Show Podcast. I'm your host, Tim Batts, along with Josh Williams. And if you are a fan of great fiddle playing, you might have heard the name Andy Leftwich. We have joining us on this episode, 4-time Grammy-winning instrumentalist Andy Leftwich. He's got you beat by 3, Josh.
What's on the Grammys?
Yeah.
Well, of course he does. He was with Skaggs for years. They run quite a ship over there.
That's what I hear. How you doing, Andy?
Oh man, I'm doing great. I'm glad to be inside right now because it's coming a monsoon outside right now.
Yeah.
Just walked off the golf course and I'm soaking wet, but glad to be talking to you guys.
Right on, man.
Yeah, so you're in Nashville today, and we drug you off the golf course.
Yeah, perfect timing.
Yeah, well, hey, that's what we do, man. We're all about perfect timing. So
That's right.
Well, we appreciate you joining us. We wanted to talk to you, man. You've had quite a stellar career in the music industry, and kind of started, I guess, about pacifier. Like you were using a pacifier and had a fiddle in one hand and a bottle in the other, I guess.
Yeah, man. I mean, I got to do everything I can to keep up with Josh Williams and his career. So
I know it. See,
I can do. Yeah.
you better.
I know a lot of fiddle players that are older than us that have a fiddle in one hand and a bottle in the other. So that's you know, it's funny. Is I remember growing up and stuff, playing all the contests. We used to see Andy. Andy, you're probably you're probably 2 or 3 years younger than me, I think. And but I still remember seeing you out on the contest circuit and stuff, and with your airbrushed cowboy hat, and you was up there fiddling away and bringing home the blue ribbons and stuff. And it's been a long time since those days, but I still remember them well.
Oh man, I always wonder, was it the cowboy hat or was it my playing that won the contest? I think it was the cowboy hat.
I think it was a pretty good combination of both, man, because you were rocking the old airbrush cowboy hat back in those days, man.
I need all the help I can get, I guess. Yeah, man.
They would at least
those
remember
days
you.
were great, Josh. I mean, I always looked up to you and your playing, and it just was always an honor and an exciting thing for me to get to pick with you fellas. And
Shoot, man.
Yeah.
Well, I know. Was there anybody in the contest, like when you walked in and you saw everybody that was going to be in? Because I had that person when I walked in and saw this one particular guy there. I knew that, second's not so bad to have, and that was Cody. Every time I walked into where we were doing a contest and Cody was there, it was always, oh man, Cody's here.
Yeah. Yeah, he always ruined my day too on the on the mandolin. That I always joke with Cody when we're on stage. I always tell people that our last contest we ended up tying for first on the mandolin, and we did the playoff. And I did what I thought was a really cool rendition of Salt Creek, and he backed it up with the El Cumbanchero by Justin. Stole the show and won the contest, and I still haven't gotten over it yet.
He's still mad about it, ain't you?
Still mad about it. No. Yeah, man, it's amazing to think that, those contest days kind of led us to a career in bluegrass and getting the experience to play around other players that were better than us. That's what inspired me, was to get better, was to, I would get beat, and I would get mad and go home and try to learn something new and practice it, and eventually, you got to get out of that scene. Music is never a contest, and it's always a team thing, and but it is great. I feel like for players that are just starting out to get that experience playing on stage in front of folks and
Yeah.
seeing the players better than you, and just trying to learn as much as you can from others.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. And you definitely did that, man. You definitely brought a whole nother angle of music to bluegrass, and especially to Ricky's band when you joined. I remember you were with Valerie Smith before that, right?
I was. Yeah, Valerie hired me at 15 years old, so I still had a couple years of high school left. And yeah, those were some experiencing, or those are some days full of experiences there. But I sure appreciate Valerie hiring me, and I could get a little bit of experience playing in a professional band setting. And then when Ricky called, I was 19 and I had just graduated high school and was really torn about what to do with college. You know, I didn't know what I wanted to do other than music. And so when the gig with Ricky came open, I just looked at that as my college, you know, Ricky Skaggs University. And
Absolutely.
yeah, man, I spent 15 years in that band, and you know, just couldn't have asked for anything better.
That's awesome. Yeah, Ricky's so good, and has always been a staple in any genre of music that he plays, because he just brings so much to it, so much heart and soul, and so much, gosh, just raw talent.
Yes.
And so getting to learn all of that stuff from him had to just be an amazing experience.
Yeah, you know, and also Bobby Hicks, you know, just being under Bobby for a couple of years was a huge experience. And, you know, and Josh, you know this, I mean, in those contest days, you know, you try to play as much as you can in a 2.5 minute song to try to win a contest. But when it comes to a band, all of a sudden you have to think about the vocalist and the singers and where the focus of the music is at. And the fiddle, it becomes less and less about, you know, you and more about them. And so I think a big learning curve for me was just trying not to overplay. And Ricky was extremely patient with me on that. You know, he told me one day, he said, you know, obviously Ricky is an incredible fiddle player himself. And so he says, anytime I hear the fiddle, my ear always is bent toward the fiddle. So when I'm singing a verse or a chorus, you know, and if you play something over top of the vocal, it's going to throw my attention that way. So I actually had to be extra careful, you know, trying not to distract Ricky. And Bobby was a great inspiration there. I mean, he wrote the dictionary on bluegrass fiddle licks and phrases, and just that fits so well on that music. And so it was great to hear Bobby and just kind of learn from all that.
Now, I remember, and I don't know if this was you. Luke was there, I think, before you, right? Did you replace Luke Bula? Actually, I think you came in at the same. Was there 3 fiddles when you first came in?
No, Luke had moved on, and
Okay.
It had been, I don't know, maybe a period of 6 months or maybe a year or something like that. And that's when I met Ricky. And
well, the reason I ask is because I remember a story, and I just don't remember if it was you or Luke, and you can help me out on this, but it was one of those fiddle tunes or whatever, and he was going to play it, or one of y'all was going to play it, and looked at Bobby and said, "Do you know the twin part 2 such and such?" And Bobby's response was, "I wrote it." You know, so, which is totally Bobby. That may have been, it must have been Luke, but that was a story that I remember hearing, just laughing my butt off, because that's just classic Bobby Hicks. You know, is like, "Have I heard it? I wrote it."
That might have been Luke, but let me tell you this story. I was my first afternoon with Bobby. You know how it is, Josh. You know, we learn tunes sort of secondhand from other players in the contest circuit. So the song Big Mon, I had learned, you know, not quite correctly. It was close, but it wasn't close. It wasn't the actual song. I mean, I had some phrases that were not right. And so Bobby had asked me, he said, "Do you know the song Big Mon?" And I said, "Sure." And so I played it for him, and he kind of looked at me with a confused look, and he said, "Well, that's close, but would you like to hear the original now?" And he is Mr. Original.
Exactly, yeah.
He recorded it with Bill Monroe, you know, back in the 60s or whenever it was. And I said, "Yes, sir, I would love to hear the original." So Bobby, you know, taught me the correct way of playing Big Mon, and it was just things like that, little small things like that I remember so vividly. And we'd be backstage, and I'd be trying to play one of his licks that he always played, and I just couldn't quite get it right. And I'd say, Bobby, I just can't make this lick really feel right. And of course, his response was, "It's not your lick."
Yeah.
I'm like, thanks for the encouragement.
Yeah, man. Thanks for the reminder. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so awesome. But that had to be amazing, just being able to have that time, that time with Bobby and the
man.
The intimacy of having that moment of being able to, here's how this really goes, and then you can, kind of go back and mock what he's playing. But I remember when I was still with Rhonda, we were playing up in Summersville, West Virginia, and Bobby was actually there playing with Jesse McReynolds. And so anyway, we were backstage hanging out with Bobby and just, all cutting up and whatnot. And there's a B flat lick that he used to always play. It was that lick that he always played. And Hunter was learning that lick, or was playing that lick, and he asked Bobby to play that lick, and he did. And Hunter said, "Well, that's okay." He said, "I play that lick a little differently." And Bobby said, "Well, show me how you're playing it." And he showed him, and the notes were the same. But Bobby's like, "Well, yeah, but that's not it. It goes like this." And he plays the lick again. And Hunter's response, it was the funniest thing that I ever saw happen with Bobby. And he said, "Well, yeah, but I'm getting it done." And Bobby's response was, "Are you?" Just like, it was his way of saying, "You're really not, but okay," But it was just so funny for that to happen, and we all laughed. Even Hunter was laughing so hard. It was, it was just a great experience and a great story to be able to tell. But just that look on Bobby's face, he got real serious, and he said, "I'm getting it done." Bobby said, "Are you?"
That was so Bobby. I literally saw him tell a kid one time to practice real hard for about a month and then quit.
Oh my God.
Brutal. And, but I loved every bit of Bobby. I mean, he was a teddy bear one second and he would bite your head off the next.
Yeah.
And, his bus etiquette wasn't always the best, but, I wouldn't change the days with Bobby for anything, man. He was such a character and it's such a great legend in our music, and left a huge footprint. Just a good old North Carolina redneck, that just happened to play the fiddles better than anybody.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
man.
Absolutely right.
That is classic. So you're obviously extremely busy with session work and stuff like that. You're not really touring much anymore?
Not as much. However, this year I am going to do some shows with Daly and Vincent. They've got a huge tour. They hired me to play on their new record called Beautiful Life, which is awesome, by the way. It's out now, and just one of my favorite records they put out in the last several years. So their show is kind of geared toward bluegrass instead of the more country or in Southern gospel thing that they've been doing. So they asked me to play as many shows as I can with them this summer. And so we've looked at the calendar, and I can't do them all, but I can do, quite a bit of them. So I'm going to do a tour with them starting July the 17th in Texas. And they're kind of going, through Texas, Arizona, California, Oregon, all the way up to Alberta, Canada, and then sort of back down through the States and back home. They don't actually get home until the 21st of August, I think, or something like that. So,
wow.
So yeah, that's it's gonna be a fun time. I love those guys. We go way back as well, and they roll out the red carpet for me, and I love getting a chance to pick with those fellows anytime I can. So we'll be doing that, and of course, I've got my stuff going on with this new project Aced that's been released. We've got a couple of shows in the fall that we're working up that I'm looking forward to, and just other than that, man, just staying in the studio and staying busy there.
Yeah, absolutely. So
tell us about that. What is the Aced thing?
That's what I was going to ask.
Let's talk about that.
Oh man, it's just an out for me to get to play some of these tunes that I've recorded. It's all instrumental, and for a lack of a better name for a band, it's Andy Leftwich and the Aces. So it's, kind of sounds like a 1960s, quartet group, doo-wop group or something. But anyway, we were in the studio recording this new record, and the title track is called Ace, and so that we were doing a show, I think, around that time, and the promoter needed a name for the night, and I just came up with that just to, because I didn't have anything else, and so it kind of stuck. So we're going to do some Andy Leftwich and the Aces show, which kind of feature,
Nice.
Just high intensity bluegrass instrumentals, with just the best musicians in the world, that kind of thing. So bluegrass is a lot like jazz in the improvisation, and so I love improvisation, and it's just a great out for me to get to perform those tunes that I've written, and sort of treat it almost like a jazz thing, but it's certainly bluegrass.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, very close correlation between the two genres of music. I mean, that was one of course, in my career, getting to play with Tony was like a crash course in learning how to, kind of meld the two of bluegrass and jazz together, and
man,
so close, so close to each other.
Yes, sir. And I've always been a fan of Django Reinhardt, Stefan Grappelli, and their music, and that it's just a great tool to have in your bag, even in bluegrass, and just the whole Texas swing and gypsy swing music is so much fun to play on the fiddle. And so the Aces shows are just an opportunity for me to get to perform some of those songs. And we're not doing a lot of them because, it's just so hard to get everybody scheduled together. But every time we do get together, it's always a fun time.
I ran across a video of you. I don't know if I guess it was the Aces band, but it was a instrumental version of How Deep the Father's Love. And man, that is a beautiful rendition of that song.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, that was sort of our first attempt at any kind of a music video. And my friend Nathan Johnson did a great job with that, picking the location. We filmed that over at the Harpeth River Park there in Tennessee, just west of Nashville. Gorgeous overlook. We actually were going to try to catch it at sunrise, but I couldn't get up that early. But
it must be a musician thing. I guess.
It's a bluegrass musician thing, Tim.
I had meetings this morning, and I was going to call Josh, and I looked at my watch and I said, "Oh, it's almost 10 o'clock. I wonder if he's up."
Yeah, man. Well, a year ago, I guess it's 2 years ago, I got Rachel, my wife, I got her a little puppy dog. And so no longer do we need an alarm clock. We just, that little furry thing is going to get us up no matter what every morning. So I can't say that I get to sleep in too often.
Yeah, kids do the same thing. Just they'll wake you.
Yeah,
wake you up. Need to go outside and potty and all that. So.
Oh yeah, man.
Hey, on that video I saw, what do you remember? What kind of guitar were you playing? That thing sounded amazing.
Oh, thank you so much. That's a Dana Bourgeois a D Slope.
Okay.
It's a Brian Sutton model that he built for me in 2007. And Ricky was still playing Dana's guitars at the time, and I had told Dana I'd love to have one, and he was kind enough to build one for me. And it was just a beautiful guitar. Because it was such a beautiful guitar, I bought a stand and I just set it out next to our fireplace at our house, and it was right next to a window. And so that sunlight sort of darkened it over the years. And I found myself playing a whole lot more guitar because it was on a stand next to my couch.
Mm-hmm.
And I would pick it up, every day for at least, 30, 40 minutes or, something like that. And before I knew it, I was playing a whole lot of guitar. And when I set out to make this instrumental hymns record, I didn't have that song in mind. And it's amazing when inspiration hits you, because this was at 4:00 in the morning. I couldn't sleep, and I get up, and there's my guitar, and I just grabbed the guitar, and I had that song going through my head, and I just kind of tried to pick out an arrangement, and within 30 minutes, he had that little arrangement down, and it's been one of my most requested songs everywhere I go, and I appreciate that. That's a beautiful song.
Yeah,
great message.
Rightfully so. That is a beautiful arrangement of that already beautiful hymn anyway, but the combination of those instruments, just the fit on the mandolin and the guitar and bass is just my favorite, and it's amazing.
Yeah, and we're a big fan of Dana's building around here too. So
yeah.
There you go, man.
Yeah. So that's what I've been playing for the last few years. One of Dana's guitars.
Is that a D slope or?
It's this one is actually what I play all the time. It's got the large sound hole. It's a Brazilian D, and this is my favorite part of it. I'll show you the back of it. It's got a beautiful sap stripe right down the center of it, and
that's gorgeous.
This has been my main act since March or April of 2020. So
wow, man, yeah, buddy,
love it. I got to hang out with Dana at IBMA one year, and ended up spending. I was there for a week, and ended up spending like every evening with him and Andrew, and really just kind of getting to know those guys and talking about stuff. And of course, Dana is enamored with Tony Rice. So since I had played with Tony, he was asking me all kinds of questions and telling me about when he got to spend time with 58957 and kind of look it over, and which led to him building these styles of guitars. And anyway, he was like, I assume you want the large sound hole. And I'm like, yeah, I would definitely. That's not only what I like, but I mean, it's kind of part of who I am now, playing all that time with Tony. And
right.
I'm nobody's ever going to be Tony, and I'll never try to be or anything. Nobody can ever fill those shoes. But that time in my life was monumental.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
And playing with him and being around him and getting to pick that old Martin up when I wanted to. And, it was just a great experience. And so he said, I tell you what, I actually got to do that with him for 2 years in a row at IBMA. And the second year was when he said, man, if you are interested in playing one, I'd love to have you play one. And I said, count me in. I definitely, because the way that he approaches all of it with the tuning of the tops and, like all of the time that after a guitar's put together that he spends with each one, giving it its personality.
Yeah.
It just resonated with me. And I was like, I like this guy as a person.
Yeah.
I really like his ideas, behind what he does. And anyway, he said, well, when I get a guitar together that I feel like is worthy of sending to you, that's what we'll do. And about, I don't know, maybe 6 months later is when Andrew called and said, Dana has found your guitar. Where do we send it? So
wow, that's awesome, Josh.
Yeah, it was so good.
Man.
Such a good experience to have that time with Dana and get to know him, because that's what it was. It was like we were building a friendship for 2 years before we ever did anything business wise together.
Yeah, man. It's been a while since I've seen or talked to Dana, but he could not have been a more prince of a guy to me. And I'm a fiddle player. I'm not a guitar player, and he didn't have to do that. But he did, and I just I'm forever grateful, and I'll never sell it. I mean, it'll be in my hands, and for the rest of my life. And but Josh, I can't think of anybody better to carry on Tony's touch on the acoustic than you, brother. So
thank you.
Yeah, keep your foot in that lane. And
definitely, man. It's just the way my brain works. When how it is, when you stand next to somebody, I'm sure there's a lot of stuff from Ricky or from whoever it was that you've been playing with and standing by regularly.
Yeah,
some of that stuff rubs off on you, and hearing how Tony would put together solos. It was like ingrained into my brain.
Yeah, man. Absolutely.
So from the time that I was with Rhonda the first time, playing some Tony licks here and there, and then to the time that I came back to Rhonda's group in 14, it was like night and day different.
Yeah.
The way that I approached everything. But that's why,
yeah, man.
I stood right there to his immediate right, getting to watch every move he made.
Yep.
And, that You talk about that was Tony Rice University, man. So.
And you can't really explain that to folks. I mean, it's such a great experience, and there's been plenty of times where I'm just like, I can't believe I'm standing right here, But yeah, man, that's killer. I didn't know that about Dana and your relationship with him. So
yeah,
that's great.
Yeah, what a great guy he is, man. Obviously a stellar builder, but
yeah,
what impressed me more than anything was just how he is as a man, as a person, and just that from that moment on, I was like, I'll play a bourgeois. I'm
man.
I definitely want to play one.
Well,
yes, sir.
You two guys are obviously, legends in your own right in the generation of bluegrass music, the third or fourth generation, however you want to look at it. And obviously you both have stood by, enormous legends in our music with Tony Rice and Ricky Skaggs, and Tony's legacy continues to live on and, in my opinion, gets bigger every year. But I want to speak real quick to what you think. What do you think Ricky Skaggs has brought to music? And 20 years from now, or however long, when we don't have Ricky around, unfortunately, like, what do you think the legacy he's going to leave to this music, or really music in general?
Oh goodness. Wow.
It's just enormous in my opinion.
Yeah, there's just no way. I mean, we don't have enough time to really talk about the imprint that he's going to leave behind.
I saw a video of him at the CMAs, and the crowd was going crazy. Like, here you are at the CMAs in Nashville, and he's up there on stage just bringing it,
Yep. Man, I think what separates Ricky from everybody else is the raw and genuine talent that he has. It's God-given, man. I mean, that's just all I can say. I mean, he'll even tell you that it's something that he worked on and cultivated out of love, not out of anything else, not trying to please anybody else, or not even trying to please his dad, but he loved it from day one. And so you take raw natural ability and a love for the craft, and and you start at the age that he started at, which I believe was at 5 years old. You're gonna leave a legacy of work, behind. And so his what impresses me most about Ricky in his musicianship is that even though I think he's 72 this year, he still plays like he's 20 years old. I mean, his heart is all in every note that he plays. And the older I get, the less I'm concerned about execution and more about the heart and spirit in which you're playing your instrument or singing your song. That's what I relate to. I relate to guys who don't hold back, And music is one of those things that you can, it brings out our every insecurity. And when you find somebody that goes after it with his whole heart and isn't afraid of anything, that's fun to watch. And so that's something I've always tried to emulate my playing.
Absolutely.
It's the first thing that comes into my mind when I think of Ricky Skaggs, 2 words, the best. And the reason I say that is because no matter what it is that he's done, it could be, playing mandolin and singing tenor with Crow. He was the best tenor singer ever.
Yes.
And then he goes from there, and then he goes to Emmylou, and everything that he did with Emmylou was the best, and then he moves into country, and what does he do? He brings the freaking best,
Yes, sir.
He breaks out a Telecaster with a B-bender, which at that time was not super common.
Yeah.
So it's it's just the best. Everything that he did, and the guys that he hired in his band, both in country and then when he came back to bluegrass, yourself included, the best. Every person that he had there, was stellar. It didn't matter, if it was Brian or if it was Clay or if it was Cody, or even Jake, every one of those guys brought it their best. And just overall, he never left that very top plateau of being the best. Everything that he's done has just always been that way. And even I like to refer to his mandolin playing before he went country as kind of smart aleck. You know, it was like a smart aleck mandolin, but it was so good. And that's what makes, you know, his style then. And it's kind of funny to see his style then and to compared to when he came back, because he was still bringing the same caliber of music, but it was slightly different. You know, his approach to the mandolin was different.
Yeah.
You know, kind of more of the Monroe-y type of thing, whereas back then he was kind of blazing his own trail, you know?
Yeah, man. He sure was. And, you know, it comes within. I mean, music comes from the heart. And when you have the desire to want to play at the very best level, you know, you're going to work hard at it. And I think also too, he loves the process of getting better. Even, you know, just a few months ago, we were talking about what are some of the things that we do to you know, what are some of the exercises that we practice to help our performance. And I'm like, man, here's this, you know, legendary musician, and we're sitting here talking about different things that we can do to better our craft, you know. And I'm like, I think you've arrived, Rick. I think you're there, man. But I love him for that, because he's so eager to want to get better, even later in his career. And so I can't help but respect that.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Well, Andy, I know you're dying to get back on the golf course instead of yapping with us knuckleheads. So,
oh man,
we thank you so much for taking some time and chatting with us. We been wanting to talk with you for a while, and glad we were able to nail you down. So,
well, I've got this really bad disease of trying to perfect the golf swing, and I need help, all the help I can get. And so the sun's poking out through the clouds here, so I'm going to try to get out there and you know, try to put a club face on a golf ball. You know, it's going to be tough, but I think, you know, maybe after a while maybe after some practice I can do it.
Good luck, man. I've been barking up that tree for 15 years.
Yeah,
it's tough, man.
I'm pretty good at golf, but I can never get it past that windmill at the end.
Yeah, yeah. The alligator's mouth always gets me.
I know,
right?
So, yeah. All right, buddy. Man. Thank you, man. Hope you shoot a great score the rest of the day, and
thank you. Now
keep playing that great music, man.
Well, guys, thank y'all for having me on. Appreciate what you're doing, and it's a pleasure to get to chat with y'all. Thank you so much.
You too, buddy.
Thank you.
Talk to you later.
Brother.
All right, see you guys.
All right,
take care, brother.
Bye. So thankful to have Andy Leftwich join us, and got him off the golf course there for a little bit. What a great guy, man.
Man, he is truly one of the nicest gentlemen that I've ever known. And through all of the stuff growing up that a lot of us go through, I know that me and some other of my musical peers ended up going through, you know, a lot of the hard times. I've never known Andy to ever see anything like that. You know, he's always been very straight-laced, very devout Christian young man, and you know, getting to be friends with him for 30, 40 years almost.
Yeah,
has been one of the highlights of life. You know, getting to have people like that in your life.
Yep, great guy for sure. Yep, so we're glad he joined us, and we got more great guests coming your way. Still going to try to get Joe Mullins here real soon. Got Kristen Scott Benson lined up that'll be coming up soon, and more great guests coming your way. So we want to hear anybody you want to have us talk to. Just send us a message on Facebook, the Hometown Bluegrass Show, and we'd love to hear from you and what content you want to see. Hope you've been enjoying the short videos that we've been doing. Josh's little guitar tips and Tony Rice kickoffs and things has been going good and well responded to. So hope you're enjoying that as well. And
I love the Tony Tuesdays idea.
Yeah.
I love that. I think that's great.
Yeah, man. Whoever thought of that? It's a brilliant dude. Oh wait, that was me.
Yeah, I figured. Yeah, you're right. I'll just leave it at that.
Oh man, want to thank our sponsors, Hopeless Holler Trading Company. What did you think about my Hopeless Holler video I shot?
I thought that was great. I thought That was just hilarious.
Oh.
I've shared it with a bunch of folks, and I think it should be illegal what you did to that cup in the video, but
hey, that was true Tim Batts fashion, totally like impromptu, right off the cuff. Like I didn't plan that; it just happened. Like I'm like my daughter.
It's your own. I've done licked all over this one.
Right, my daughter and my sister text me like, "What the crap were you doing?" Oh, but anyway, if you want some great Hometown Bluegrass Show podcast merchandise, go to hopelessholler.shop and you can buy shirts and hats and stickers and even a cool podcast Bluetooth insulated cup. You just can't have mine because I done licked all over it. So, if you want to see that crazy video, go to our Facebook page and you'll see me sitting in a kiddie pool.
I think that commercial needs to go and be run on bluegrasstoday.com. I think that's where that commercial needs to run. We need to work on that.
Yeah, whatever. It has like 3,000 views, and I can put a video of you playing guitar up, and it has 3,000 views in like 15 minutes. But anyway, we're so thankful for all of our great sponsors. Of course, Page Capo and McEwen Guitar Pick, which we give one of those each away in every episode. So to win that, all you got to do is go to our Facebook page every Friday morning when the new episode comes out. And we'll tell you how you can win right there as we post the new episode. And
big special shout out to Mark Rogers, who was, and I will die on this hill, folks. He was the first person to advertise and cut Torlon as a flat pick material. So.
Yeah. Yep. It's McEwen guitar picks are gaining popularity in a rapid way, and in mandolin picks as well. So pick yours up today.
It's not McQuan, it's McEwen.
That's right. McEwenPicks.com, and go buy yourself one today. They're great people, and we love them to death for supporting our show. And,
who made that website, by the way?
Oh, well, I made that website. So,
that's great, man. You know, I had thoughts of a website there for a while. I wonder whatever happened to that.
I'm just waiting on you to tell me what to do, and I'll do it. I got the domain name bought and ready to go, man. I mean, I got
all right.
BigDaddyGuitarStud.com's ready. We might have looked into that one.
We probably should have, man.
No doubt.
Oh my gosh.
But anyway, thankful for Bluegrass Unlimited magazine. If you love bluegrass music, you need Bluegrass Unlimited magazine. It is the leading magazine for bluegrass fans since 1966. Published by the Bluegrass Music Hall of Fame and Museum in Owensboro, Kentucky. This monthly magazine features exclusive interviews, music reviews, festival news, and more from the world of bluegrass delivered right to your door.
From legendary artists to the next generation of pickers, Bluegrass Unlimited brings you closer to the music that you love. Our listeners can use promo code HOMETOWN for a discount when you subscribe today at bluegrassunlimited.com.
Well, thanks for tuning in to episode 109. We've certainly enjoyed it, and thanks again to Andy Leftwich for a great interview and spending some time with us, and all of our great sponsors, and mainly you for listening and supporting the Hometown Bluegrass Show Podcast. So we do appreciate you, and just remember, if you got time to breathe,
you got time for music.
That's going to do it for this episode of the Hometown Bluegrass Show. Thanks for spending some time with your hosts, Tim Batts and Josh Williams. We hope you learned a little and laughed a lot. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode from the heart of bluegrass. Until next time, keep picking, keep grinning. Tim and Josh look forward to seeing you down the road.
This is the Radio Dog Podcast Network.